Are you into biopharmaceutical stocks? Are you into therapeutic stocks? Do you like to invest in the white powder? In other words, science, innovation, breakthroughs, research in medicine, therapies, all of this wonderful stuff. You may be a scientist. You may be fascinated by this, or you might just simply want to make some money and feel it's a great opportunity buying into these kind of stocks. Well, I've been covering it a lot recently, and I've learned a lot about the people who invest in them. It's quite incredible. Not everybody, of course, but a large number. The reason why I make any review about any stock is because my members have asked for it. Not necessarily because it will trend well on YouTube. My videos tend to do quite well, but not because of the particular stock. Very often it's because they are very small companies and there's not much competition. And not just that, I literally make hundreds of reviews all the time. I made over 108 reviews now in the last few months. So no one works more than me on YouTube. I'm live up to 12 hours a day. So I make a lot of videos. So it's not surprising that I rank for a lot of these things. I don't do it to rank. I do it to help my members. It's what they want to know. And they like my reviews. I'm always getting booked to do them. And it's great. I've got a backlog of reviews to do. But I want to point out something this morning, which is has started to become a pattern now. And it's great because the stock market and how the stock market trades and works is learning how people work. If you understand people, you understand how to win on the stock market, because at the end of the day, it's all about people's emotions. It shouldn't be, but it is. It's all about greed. It's all about manipulation. It's all about nonsense half the time. Anyway, the point I want to make is this. Over the last few weeks, I have done, just because that's what our audience has asked for, lots of therapeutic stocks and biopharmaceutical stocks. Look at these, just a few on the homepage of the channel. Just today, we've done Aquestive Therapeutics. We did Heron Therapeutics a couple of days ago. We Apogee Therapeutics. This is just a small list. I'm continually being asked to do reviews. Ultimune, another one. These are what you are interested in. These are what you want to know about. So I'm covering them. And every time I cover them, of course, I put them on my social media. I never spam anyone. I never send my stuff anywhere. I simply put it on my own profiles, my X account, my StockWits, my YouTube, my Facebook, my Instagram, my profiles, my spaces. You come in and look at my space if you choose to do so, whatever. But what I've learned over the last few days, and why I want to share this with you, because it will give you an insight to how to trade these stocks, I get the same response over and over again from all different people, from different countries and different stocks, but all biopharmaceutical or therapeutic stocks. It's overwhelmingly a pattern. So this is just a very small example of what I've just got a few moments ago. So I'm going to share with you. And I replied back to these people and said, I'm actually sharing this now on YouTube, and I'm going to answer your questions live and make a video out of it. So this is a couple of comments here. And one of them was Sly007, says, no management team. And I want to, before I read these out, these aren't trolls. This isn't negativity or anything bad like that. They might disagree with me, but they're very respectful, very polite. They're just disagreeing with me. But this is important, why I'm reporting on this. Sly007 says, let me just come back out of that. That's just changed a second. Don't know why that changed. Where did it go? Notifications. I'm doing this live. There we go. No management team member will go to your show. And it's not an insult to you. So, like I said, this is not trolls or anything like that. They will even not answer to your request. First of all, I'm not inviting them on the show. I have an open invitation. It's my investors, the members, who invite them onto my show. So if you listen to all the video, you'll know I never email, message them at all. I just make the video and my viewers message the CEOs. That's how they come on the show. So you need to watch the video to understand the full context. Personally, I like it that way. They're not wasting their time trying to pump their SP like others love to do. Well, I like to respond to that. I'm not pumping the stock. Again, if you watch my videos, you'll know. I don't pump the stocks because I don't own any stocks other than the S&P 500, purely because I want to remain impartial and interview the CEOs. Again, you need to watch the video all the way through. They know what they have and they will continue to focus on their job on the field. That's ridiculous. Because they might know what they have, but if no one else knows or cares about it, no one's going to buy the stock. So to say that they don't, they know what they have and it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks is a bit daft, because this is, the stock market is virtually a popularity contest. If no one's buying your stock, it doesn't mean anything. All right. Then this other person commented, again, these aren't trolls. This isn't negative. They're disagreeing with me, and that's fine. But I just want to be clear. I'm not having a go at anybody here. I listened to a bit, and I'm not surprised. Not only couldn't he pronounce, he's not surprised I couldn't pronounce anaphylaxis. I hope I got that right. But didn't even know what that even was. And I've replied back to all these comments. You're absolutely right. I am not a medical scientist or a surgeon. I do not know every single word in the Oxford Dictionary. I don't know every single fact. Maybe you do, but I don't. And I openly admit and apologize if I haven't got the word correctly. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I am reviewing the stock. And I can't believe myself that a fully grown adult doesn't even know what anaphylaxis is. Well, I don't. And I'm happy to admit, as I've gone through life, I've learned the more I learn, the more I know I don't know. But obviously you do know all these words, and great for you. And I've invited you onto the show. You can call into the show. You can be on the show. You can share with us all of your knowledge and all of your skills with the world, and we can all learn, and the stock will benefit because people will buy it. But I openly admit I do not know every word, and I'm not a scientist. Don't need to be. The real question is, what do you think of the new Gallagher Squire album? I don't know what that's got to do with it. Anyway, I don't deny you or your work, but you will never have Barber on your show. I can bet you all my shares in that. Well, I hope you've not got too many shares, because it's very likely to happen. I've had many CEOs now on our show. In fact, how many have we had now? We've got 4 so far. We've had 4 CEOs on our show. We would have had another live interview yesterday, but it had to be postponed. I've got about 10 in the pipeline that I'm talking to at the moment. And so we've got CEOs from smaller and way larger companies than this. So I don't see why Barber would not be on my show. I would be surprised if the CEO didn't be on my show, because people love being on my show. They've told me that. I replied back saying I don't pump the stocks, and he's saying, not saying you're pumping. No one have to when the company is standalone fantastic. Now, this was the point of bringing you this video today. Every time I report on a biopharmaceutical company, a therapeutic company, I get lots of comments like this on social media about the numbers don't matter. It's not about the numbers. It's not about the balance sheet. It's not about how much money they've got. It's not about anything at all to do with the stock, even though it's a publicly traded stock. It's about the breakthrough, the science, the medicine, the research, or whatever. With the greatest of respect, that's a load of nonsense, a load of rubbish, because without money, they can't do anything. They run out of money, they cannot pay their bills, and the product will never come to market. That's a simple fact. So to say one thing, it's a company is standalone fantastic. Nothing stands alone. That is a publicly traded company, because without investment and money, it doesn't exist. And I get a lot of people say, it's about the science, it's not about the numbers. Well, it absolutely is, because without the numbers, they're not going to survive, pay the bills, and never get anything to market. It's a very expensive, very risky business, and the research lab is littered with failed companies that had great products, but either collapsed or got bought out by J&J or others. I know, I've researched it. So there you go. One thing you should know is when the CEO comes out to YouTube or any media to speak, I think you mean speak, not SPAC, it's a spelling mistake, that themselves is pumping. I don't think that's a great thing. Not at all. Not at all. Good information is good information. If you buy the stock and the stock goes up, well, aren't you an investor in the stock? Aren't you happy if the stock goes up? It's only pumping if you are inflating. If you are inflating the stock price to dump it. I'm not inflating the stock price to dump it. I don't own it. And I've got nothing wrong with anybody that wants to share information on their stock. I think that's would be a good idea. Anyway, I don't think that's a great thing. You don't think it's a great. You are an investor, but you don't think it's great if the stock price goes up. Well, I like when my stocks go up. That's why I continually make money. Conferences and big investor workshops are where the CEO should speak, not YouTube or social media. You need to realize that YouTube now is seen as mainstream TV, and I have members in 58 countries. I have a greater reach than most TV stations. So it's very, very important to be successful on TV, thereby YouTube. So I disagree. Anyway, I brought this to your attention today because as I report on more pharmaceutical and bio and therapeutic companies, I don't know every single word. I'm not a scientist. I doubt if anybody who works at the company knows about every single medicine on every other company either. I doubt if they do, and they're scientists, so I've got no chance of knowing that. And second of all, one thing I get from everybody who invests in these stocks is it doesn't matter about the numbers. You can't, one person said to me, you can't value this style of company, this type of company with balance sheets and numbers. Well, I think the CFO would very much disagree with you, and any accountant worth his salt would disagree. Because you can have the greatest product in the world, as Elon Musk invented Tesla, and if it wasn't for that Christmas Eve at midnight when they got funding, Tesla wouldn't exist today. The fact of the matter is, money, balance sheets, and profit and loss is absolute key, absolute fundamental to everything. And no shareholder is going to come near a stock that thinks it can't make any money unless they're going to short it to death. So I wanted to put this out. If you are investing in biopharmaceuticals, therapeutic stocks, and you listen to my reviews, you're absolutely right. I don't know about every scientific medicine. I doubt if the CFO knows that much about it, but he knows how to handle the money. I know how to create videos. I know how to build an audience, engage people, serve people what they're asking me to do, and have discipline and structure to get the job done. And by me reporting on these stocks, whether you agree with me or not, or like me or not, is completely irrelevant to me and doesn't concern me at all. The videos rank on YouTube. People get to learn about the stocks, and we are today having a healthy debate on my StockWits channel. That would not be happening if I hadn't made this video. You wouldn't be talking to me, and I wouldn't be talking back to you. Now, however, at the moment, this is very much a one-way street. I did invite you into the show today. I don't know if you're watching without commenting. I also invited you, and then not just you, but several others, to call in, educate me, educate the world, and be on the show. The phone hasn't gone. The interview screen is here, and you never called in. You never called in. So this is me giving my opinion and information, and this is you. You chose not to call in. So there we go. I just thought I would share that with everybody today. Very, very important. If you are investing in these stocks, they are very volatile. They are very, very risky. And the people that invest in them or gamble in them don't think, and this is the majority, I see it all the time, don't care about the numbers. I've had it told to me many times, the numbers aren't important. And most of these stocks, not all of these stocks, are penny stocks, where again, you get the most volatile trading. So important to note, this is how it works. This is the way these stocks behave. It's a great shame, whoever you are, with your Stock Quits name, and on X and on Facebook, I've had comments, also Instagram, that you chose not to call in and have your say. But I've had my say, and the information is there for all to see. Click above my head for all the links. Be very careful. And down below in the description, if you are buying biopharmaceutical or therapeutic stocks, they are high risk, and you are in bed with people that like to gamble because they don't regard the numbers as anything important. Over here, you'll find more reviews. I've done over 100 now, and Meet the CEO series. CEOs have been on my show, and there'll be more to come, including your favorite stocks, I'm sure, in the biopharmaceutical world. They'll be on my show just like everybody else. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.